let me start off with this. Let me back that up. MedRunner. More MedRunner drama. I want you to listen when I say this very carefully. This is rumor. We only have one side of the story. Now, when it came to Greasy and the interaction that he had with MedRunner, we kind of had both sides of the story here. Good afternoon, Mason. How you doing? This will be the last time I talk about MedRunner and the MedRunner drama that is going on. But once again, I want to really say that take what you're about to hear and see from this video with a grain of salt. We only have one side of the story, so let's make sure that we don't take this as cold hard fact. But this will be, in fact, the last time I cover this MedRunner drama. I don't think, with the things that have gone on with MedRunner and everything else, I don't think they deserve to have any more time in the spotlight. And that, I guess that's just where I'm going to leave it. So let's take a look at this video. This is by Carl Kaput, and let's go.
All right. Today we've got some insane drama to address. Things are about to get wild. A MedRunner moderator decided it would be a good idea to dox another player because of an in-game incident. That's just absolutely pathetic and even criminal. I have their leader's full name and address. I was going to shit in his mailbox. I'll do that for 100 mil. I've got the in-game funds. Screw messing with them and PU, let's steal their real life dog, Victory Dog, and then we'll take a picture of it and use it as our new org badge.
As I said, if this is true, this is horrifying and disgusting behavior. If it's true. You know, he kept all the names. As you can see, it's all redacted out. You can't see who's saying what. But if it's true, this is horrifying and disgusting behavior, and it's illegal. Threats like this are illegal. You know, and I don't know what country you guys are viewing this from, and I'm sure you guys have very similar laws to the US, but threatening to steal somebody's property, whether it's a dog or cat or, you know, just an item, it's illegal.
By the way, the redacted leader is a felon. Is he your ex or what? I would love to hang out with you guys in BC sometime. Nah, I just got really annoyed when he personally ambushed us for the 10th time and properly hunted his info. He's not exactly internet safe. His TikTok leads to one thing, then another, then eventually his LinkedIn and then his Facebook. 10 minutes of clicking links, lol. Well, I hope you don't actually do anything IRL. MedRunner, I've got a proposition for you. I'm willing to release the name of the moderator, along with the images directly named.
As Jim said, this is disgusting. It's just a game. It's just a game. My God, it's just a game.
Along with the images directly naming them and put an end to my videos about you. But there's a catch. Here's what I want from you. I demand you start correctly promoting your organisation as a serious milsim and show us some much needed transparency. And I want it in writing. Oh, and let's not forget the other 7 people you called out in the statement where you named me. I want you to apologise to each and every one of them. It's time to own up to your mistakes. The ball is in your court now, MedRunner. You know deep down that things can only get worse if you ignore this. So what's it going to be? Are you going to step up and make things right? The Star Citizen community is watching, and they deserve better. Alright?
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back to what he said here.
Is about you, but there's a catch. I'm willing to release the name of the moderator, along with the images directly naming them and put an end to my videos about you, but there's a catch.
Okay, I agree and I disagree with what he's doing here. I understand he doesn't want to release their info and I guess take the same route MedRunner is taking, but at the same time holding it for your own personal list that, I don't know how, I don't have his bullet points right in front of me in writing, so I can't be like, well, 3 of these involve directly Carl. But he's got a list of demands for releasing this information to MedRunner, and a lot of it involves himself. He did say that there's other people involved that MedRunner's been going after and doxing and threatening and so on and so forth. But I'm not sure that that's the best route to go with holding that information for your own personal gain. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way, but I don't think that he should be doing it this way. I'm not sure exactly how I would handle it, but it's a fine line to walk there. I understand why he's doing it, but I also disagree with it, if that makes any sort of sense to you guys. But if this is true, what MedRunner did here is horrifying. Absolutely horrifying. Threatening to steal somebody's dog in real life, doxing out players' information like their real name and their Facebook and everything else that goes with it. Totally despicable behavior. I'm not going to let him run back through all of his demands. Well, maybe I will.
Here's what I want from you. I demand you start correctly promoting your organization as a serious milsim and show us some much needed transparency.
The transparency I agree with. They're not a milsim based organization. They're from what I've seen in multiple videos, and believe it or not, I'll get to that in a second. They're not a milsim organization. They pretend to be milsim. As we've all seen, they start taking shots, they run away, they blow up the ship and leave, and they don't come back. They don't do what they say their organization is set out to do. Now, I've been going through and editing some old film of me and another friend going after some medics and trying to take them down, extort them while they're doing a rescue attempt. It turns out that in that video, and I will get it done sooner or later, it ended up being that 2 medics went in, we did them dirty, and they called for MedRunner. I did not think that I had interactions with MedRunner before, but going back and reviewing the footage and editing it, we ended up dealing with MedRunner. And I'm pretty sure that towards the end of that video, when we get ambushed, and I'm not saying what they did was wrong because we did the same thing to them, they set up an ambush for us. And I'm like 90% sure that it was MedRunner that tried to ambush us and failed miserably. Now, I'll let you guys decide once I get that video edited and back out to you. Now, as far as these demands, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I agree with them. I think he should have, like I said, I understand why he did it, but I kind of disagree with it. I think if people are going to start doxing other people, you need to release that information so that those people can be dealt with by their organization. And if they're not dealt with by their organization, then you need to release the in-game and the Discord name so that they can be punished, I guess, socially through the game. I'm not calling for doxing. I'm not calling for any sort of real life threatening or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, if you see that person in the game, it's a kill on sight kind of thing. I'm not saying harass him. I'm not saying harass him in the game chat or in Discord or anything like that. It's more of a, you see him, you kill him on sight. And you're right, Johan. They are supposed to be, medics do stay out of the combat. They're supposed to be a backliner, and once the front line has pushed forward far enough, they go in and they pick up the injured and the dead. But MedRunner, and we all know this, MedRunner chooses to portray themselves as like these elite, go behind enemy lines and dig people out and rescue them, and we know that they can't do it. They can't. So here's the next video in this part of the drama, and it's aptly called "This is the End" because I'm not going to cover this anymore. I think it's gone out of hand. I think it's stupid, and I think at this point MedRunner is done as an organization. So, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they'll make a comeback, but I think they're done as an organization.
Alright, this will be the final video on this entire situation. When I made the initial video, I never expected this to be a whole thing in the Star Citizen community. Since then, I've received a ton of support and information about all this, and I thank everyone for it. I never intended to prolong the drama and saw this as a way to help defend the community from being as toxic as other games. Star Citizen is my favourite game and I want it to succeed. I don't want my channel to be about drama, and hopefully lessons can be learned and we can all move on from this. So if you've only subscribed for the drama, I recommend you unsub as future videos may not appeal to you. This whole situation is now off to my hands. I've done what I can to do right by everyone, and I just want to get back to low flying and helping people become better pilots. As I stated previously, this isn't a drama channel and I don't want it to be. The first point I'll discuss is the doxing situation. At this point you probably saw the previous video about this, so I'll refrain from going into too much detail. I gave MedRunner some time to take a breath and think about this. However, comments in the public side of the Discord show
we are not going to comply with someone making accusations and hiding the evidence of their claim behind a list of demands. It's a serious situation that we are looking into and taking steps to resolve. But again, if you or someone you know have actual proof, we encourage anyone to report it. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. If they're actually investigating it, but that's also like that's also like the police saying we're going to investigate ourselves when they do some of the things that they do. And I don't want to make this political and make too many real life comparisons. It's a fine line to walk. It's not a fine line to walk there. I just don't know if I want my opinions out there like that quite yet. I get why he did what he did as far as the list of demands, but I also disagree with it. And I've said that 4 times now.
Show they aren't willing to do the right thing and apologize to people. Instead, they have tried to bait me into doxing the doxer in my comment section and on the Star Citizen Reddit Discord. This is because they're protecting them. Even having this investigator role is shady. Discord has been contacted and I've sent them the screenshots that show the conversation and the user profile so they can deal with this appropriately and contact the relevant authorities as they see fit.
Now that is a good idea. He should have done that from the start. That's where I would have started with it. That's exactly where I would have started with it.
The second point I want to talk about is a Greasy Khaleesi situation. MedRunner went straight to using the nuclear option instead of talking to him, but they claim it was the work of one individual.
Hold on, I want to read that. The important part of this message is too little too late. Sorry, but this looks like damage control. Our team literally began working on this response when they learned about the details of the incident. The situation was created by one individual. Okay. Did they get banned for it? Okay. More than likely, no. I've been blocked for this question. Yeah. Sounds about par for the course that we've been learning about MedRunner and their internals. Terrible.
Yet these screenshots show one of them.
Hold on. Hey there, I requested this be deleted immediately as mentioned in the ladder. We discussed this as a team and this comment did not reflect in any way how we as a team feel. It's getting old to repeat myself, but I'm really sorry this got posted. I guess it's that one individual again. Interesting. Yeah, so we're learning a lot about the internals. Let me catch up on chat here. If you do to a player what they do to you, you can no longer complain. Why hasn't CIG stepped in once there's a doxing problem? I don't know the answer to that question, Mason. I really don't. But I really feel that Carl here should have gone with his with what he said earlier about how he releases stuff to Discord and wants them to deal with it. Discord, that would have been my first step, was contacting Discord with this information. I wouldn't have made a list of demands. My video, if I were to do a video on this, and I'm not saying Carl doesn't make good videos and that he doesn't want good for CIG and Star Citizen. I'm just saying my video would have been a little bit different. I would have not made a list of demands. I would have said, look, I got your stuff. I know what you said. It's been reported to Discord. So, you know, good luck with that. That's really what I should have. That's really what I would have done.
Moderators on Twitter saying it was a group decision. Well, what's the truth here? The orgs say one thing, yet a member contradicts them. The truth of the matter is that they are making decisions based on emotions and not thinking things through. They're clearly panicking, and if they had taken a moment to breathe, they could have worked as a team to put forward the correct message which would help their case. The videos were made because of the statement naming myself and 7 other people. I don't care that I got banned. The thing is, many people are angry at MedRunner, and for good reason. They're known to lie and subject their members to draconian rules. All MedRunner had to do at the start of this was accept responsibility and apologise for what they had done. But all they did was double down and claim everyone was spreading misinformation, which is not true. In my eyes, this situation is over. They have shown their true colours to the community and are doing nothing but posturing and chest pounding in an attempt to keep the illusion of power they were given by the player base. But now they will fall to the wayside as a tribute as to how not to do things. The lessons learned here will shape future players and orgs in this amazing space, and hopefully make the community stronger. Oh, by the way, Dawnbringers?
Let's see this. Unofficially, I will pay you 100 mil to wipe out the following org. Dawnbringer, robertspaceindustries, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay. For the sole purpose of they target MedRunner for no reason. 5 million per head as long as you can prove that you killed them. Oh, so MedRunner has entered the Hitman space. So it's MedRunner / assassination squad now. I mean, do whatever you want, MedRunner. You kind of shat in your own cereal.
Keep your heads on the swivel.
Oh, that's it.
After a
Okay. Let me minimize this real quick. I don't think. Hold on a second. 2 months ago, 3 months ago, when this all started, I don't think MedRunner thought this was going to get as big as it did. I don't think people in the community thought this was going to get as big as it did. And then MedRunner just continued to take drastic actions against things that they disagreed with and take drastic action in negative ways when they decided to do that. This is not the community's doing, as far as I can tell. It seems like everything they do very badly. They do it in a very negative light, and then they have no way to walk it back because they went to the extreme too fast. So everything that they've done, all the negative press they've gotten, all the issues that have been happening in the last couple of weeks, this isn't Star Citizen's doing, this isn't the community's doing, this has been your doing, MedRunner. You don't want to be looked at in this way, then you better start changing what you're doing, and you better do it now. If you have bad members within your organization, cut them out, ban them, get rid of them. That's the only way you're going to move on. It's just like running a business. If you have team members or associates or whatever you want to call them, and you're the manager of that department or that store or that warehouse or whatever it is that you guys do, whatever it is that you do, your software development team, etc. If you have bad employees and they're costing you money or they're costing you negative press, you don't keep them around. You fire them and you get rid of them and you move on. You make your company better and you learn from the mistakes that happened. They don't seem to be learning from the mistakes that are going on. They are doing this to themselves, and they keep allowing it to happen to themselves by keeping these individuals or this group possibly in the org. You don't want this to happen anymore? Time to cut them loose. I'm not saying put out all their information and tell everybody in Star Citizen or on the Reddit who they are. Just cut them loose, let it go, or let them go, and start bettering your org. That's the only way you're going to fix this. And don't make it public either, because if you make it public, oh, we did this and we did that, and we're changing our organization, and we're cutting out the bad weeds and all of that stuff, it's just going to look like more we're trying to make more positive press for ourselves. Don't do it. Just cut them out, move on, start making yourselves better, and let your actions speak for you instead of putting out another press piece. And that's all I have to say on that. I'm done with MedRunner. I'm done with the drama. I will not be covering them here anymore unless they turn a corner and we start seeing it in videos and in the verse. That's it. I'm done with them. And with that, thank you guys for watching. And so long. Thanks for all the fish.